You're scrolling, drifting through the endless static of the algorithm, waiting for the signal to cut through the noise. Consider, if you will, that you just found the frequency. You've just stepped off the timeline of the everyday, into the space where the forgotten history and the hidden truths finally touch down. There's the story you know, and then there's the airspace we're about to enter. Check your coordinates, because you're heading towards the landing point.
Welcome back, friends. Today's story, The Wheel. The mid-19th century was a time of ravenous appetite. The American public was hungry for information. The Civil War was raging, industries were booming, and people wanted the news, and they wanted it now. But there was a bottleneck. Even with the best steam-powered printing presses of the day, every single sheet of paper had to be fed into the machine by hand. It was a painstaking, tedious process. A good crew could maybe crank out a few thousand copies an hour, but the growing metropolis demands required more. Much more. Enter a mechanic and an inventor from upstate New York. Let's call him William. William looked at the clanking, hand-fed machine and saw inefficiency. He didn't just want to improve the press, he wanted to completely reimagine it. He envisioned a machine that didn't rely on stacks of single sheets. What if, he thought, you could feed the press with one continuous, mile-long roll of paper? By 1863, William had done it. He unveiled a mechanical marvel. It was a sprawling, rolling beast of gears, cylinders, and drive belts. You loaded the massive roll of paper onto one end, and the machine did the rest. It pulled the paper through what he called the web, printing on both sides simultaneously, and even possess a serrated blade that cleanly cut the continuous roll into individual sheets. It was revolutionary. The speed of the printing leaped from a few thousand sheets an hour to upwards of 30,000. William had single-handedly eliminated the bottleneck. He had birthed the modern, mass production daily newspaper. The world would never be the same again. Fast forward to April of 1867. William was wealthy, successful. He traveled to Philadelphia to personally oversee the installation of one of his new towering web rotary presses at the Philadelphia Public Ledger. He was a hands-on inventor, always tweaking, always perfecting. While making an adjustment to the press, a drive belt needed to be slipped onto its pulley. It was a routine maneuver. William stepped up and attempted to kick the heavy belt into place with his foot, but he missed. His leg caught in the drive belt. In a split second, the immense power of his own invention, the very speed and mechanical force he had designed to change the world, turned against him. His leg was dragged into the heavy, spinning cylinder. It was utterly crushed. He rushed to the hospital, but in 1867, medicine was no match for the trauma. Gangrene set in rapidly. A few days later, surgeons attempted a desperate amputation to save his life. William never woke up from the operation. The man who gave civilization the gift of instant, massive communication, the man who built the roaring engine of the modern press, was ultimately consumed by the very beast he created. His name was William Bullock, and whether you realize it or not, this is the landing point.
Viewers, thank you for watching today, The Landing Point. We really appreciate it. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Roadrunner Real Estate. They are a full-service real estate company doing both commercial and residential real estate. They can help you buy, sell, or even lease your properties. So if you're in the market looking for a real estate company, please go out and give them a call. They'll happily help you today. The next thing I'd like to talk about is our social media. Obviously, we have YouTube if you're watching that today. If you haven't done so already, please go out and subscribe. It is completely free to you. There's nothing that you'll be charged or your membership fees, but it does help us out so we can get our latest episodes to you quickly, and you can find out what's going on with YouTube. Our other place that we do a lot of our social media is on our Facebook page, The Landing Point. So please go out and like and subscribe or follow those, I guess I would say, so you get the latest updates. If you're a person that likes to listen to stories as you're out on the drive, we have our podcast. You can find The Landing Point out there, and it can be on most services. So once again, thank you for watching The Landing Point, and we look forward to see you on our next story.